Hello. Happy Thursday. Good morning, everybody. How are we doing this morning? It's an amazing Thursday, the day that the Lord has made. We shall rejoice and be glad in this day. It is a good day. So please help me to get other people. Let's gather here. Let's gather in this place and just have an amazing time together. Please just get other people to come. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. I see all of you coming. I see you. I see you. I see you coming. I see you coming. I see you coming. I see you coming. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning. What an amazing Thursday, the day that the Lord has made. We shall rejoice and be glad in this amazing day. All right, so let me just do a recap. We are preparing on how to really be strong in the last half of the year. And last week, we began to state, things that will help you to end the year strong or to get hold of this last half of the year. So we were saying that whatever it is that is going on in your life, it's because you have probably dropped your standards, and therefore it's your responsibility. Okay, it is your responsibility to raise your standards for you to get to the place where you can appreciate who you are and begin to glean in your greatness. So we said that if you really want to get hold of this particular second half of the year, you will need to raise your standards. Okay, you need to raise your standards, and in raising your standards, you will need to ensure that as you raise the standards, you need to ensure that you focused in areas, different areas. You've got to go departmental to start raising your standards from the time that you wake up, to how you start your day, how your spiritual life, things that you're supposed to do, just, push a little bit and add a little more value to the things that you're doing and do extra something. Your delivery in the office, you will need to, kind of increase. So raise your standard in that particular area. That is the only way you will see second half of the year changing. It is when you pay attention to those seemingly things that you have actually formulated a habit in doing that did not actually bring anything to you in the last half of the year. So today I want to now build on that. What is the next thing that you are supposed to do in order for you to get hold of the second half of the year? The next thing you're supposed to do is change your limiting beliefs. Now, this has to do with mindset change. Okay, it is important for you to have an understanding that how you behave and what happens in your day to day life and how you respond to things has nothing to do with what has happened. Okay, it has nothing to do with what has happened. It has everything to do with how your mind has been formulated and how you were introduced to particular things in your life and how you interpret those particular things. There is a way you relate to money. That is why, even up to now, when money comes your way, when you get $100, according to your mind, you need to look for a bureau to go and change so that you can spend it in a more. It is a set of rules. You have a set of rules in your mind that without you knowing, you actually operate based on how you are wired. Without you knowing, you are expressing your world through your worldview, through how you see the world. Now, in NLP, we get a little more deeper because from there we say that, look, when something comes, When when you see something, when somebody says something, it comes in 400 billion beats per second. That is how information gets into your ears, gets into your eyes. It is about 400 billion beats per second. Now, that information has to make sense. In order for this information to make sense, it needs to reduce to 1,000 beats per second, okay, for it to actually be interpreted. And remember, the interpretation is not from how information came. The interpretation is based on your wiring, okay? The interpretation is based on your wiring through what we call reticular activation system, which is the RAS. It has components that help, okay? It has components that help this information to be reduced, okay? Through the reticular activation system, you will find that information that is not familiar to you, that you have never experienced before, that is not part of your wiring, that information will be automatically deleted. So if you get, for example, 1 million, and in your mind you have never thought about having a 1 million, how to spend 1 million and what to do with 1 million will be deleted because your mind has never ever thought that one day you will handle one. This is why you wonder people had so much money, and when you look at their expenditure, okay, you look at how they dispense the money, you will see that investment is the last thing, because in their mind, okay, in their mind there is no component of investment. That is why that information that has come, that you've got so much money, the first thing that what that will happen in the mind is that there's going to be deletion. Information will be deleted. Any information that is not familiar will be distorted. Any information that is not part of your makeup will be generalized and just spread across your mind, where it won't actually have any meaning at all. And you will remain with only 2,000 beats per second, which will be part of your state. This will be part of your state because these are things that are familiar to you. These are things you think about. These are things you focus on. We call it key focus filter. So in your key focus filter, you focus about those things. So you focus about spending. I'm giving an example about money. So what comes to your mind, what you are familiar with, is consumer mindset. You easily consume. You think of the type of food that you are going to buy. You think of the takeaways you are going to buy. You think of, so those are things that are key to you. And because they are key to you, you will now deal with those things. Those are things that you will carry, and you will form a state, because in your internal representation, there's memories, there's programs, there's things that and which sit in your unconscious mind, that help you to interpret what you see, how you see, and how to respond. You are almost in a state of unconsciousness when you are actually reacting to things. This is why you wonder, you are in the same room, or you heard the same thing, somebody said something in the room. Reactions, from the people that heard will be totally different because of our wiring. So listen to me. If you need second half of the year to change, it is not by, let me do this. No. If you want second year to change, you need to start working. You need to start identifying your limiting beliefs. Start identifying those roadblocks that you have in your mind. start identifying things that are not helpful. You are behaving a certain way because there is a way in which you've been wired. And sometimes you don't even want how you reacted, you don't even want how you are behaving. This is why, for us who get to lead several people with different personalities, people get to ask me, how do you even mentor such a person? How do you even manage to have that person in your life? I tell people, I constantly clean the filters of my mind. There is a way I viewed certain things. There is a way I looked at certain situations. For example, being a relationship coach, there is a way I was wired. My mindset was trapped to think it is okay for a couple to walk into my office and the one who has made a mistake, so to say, is a man. Because in my upbringing, my mind was wired to actually believe that when it comes to adultery, it is a man who goes into adultery. I was not even aware that my mind was trapped in that place. And so the first time when a couple walked into my room and it was the husband who was reporting the wife of finding some messages and some nude pictures in their phone, communicating with another man, I almost collapsed on my seat because I have never heard such a thing. And so when I began to give my counsel, or when I began to help this particular couple, there was a lot of biasness. I was biased in my mind. I was judgmental. I looked at this woman with different, eyes. I judged her. I judged, and so I was not very helpful. I had to refer the case because for me, it was more like taboo because my mind could not process that a husband is still begging a woman who has been found in adultery. I had never experienced it. It was not part of my mind. And therefore, my set of rules or the way I viewed the situation, I was very dismissive. I was very judgmental. And therefore, in my state, I could not offer help. You get me? So, really, what I'm trying to say here is that what things have you entertained in your mind that today you have been trapped and you are actually not bringing yourself out to become that best version of yourself? What have you been taught? When we are hearing, like, for example, tomorrow we are having a dinner. Okay, tomorrow we are having a dinner. It's a UN, a global award distinction, a dinner where we are getting people in 2023 who went to the UN in the New York City and received awards, different awards. We are saying, as you went there to receive that award, what we want is for you to come and inspire others who want to go next year. Do you see people's minds? So it's a dinner, and there are several other things that we have planned to do tomorrow. When people look at the price, how much is dinner? Why is it this price? Because in your mind, you can't even process that in order for you to be an awardee, to receive UN Global Award, you should be making it. And such amounts of money should not be a topic. Such amounts of money should not even be a discussion because for you to actually manage to raise money to actually go as far as New York, what is $100? Okay, what is $100? What is a $50? It's nothing to a person who has even traveled. It is a mindset. It's a mindset where you cannot process certain things, getting to the place where you can. So this is a sieve. We are using it as a sieve for those people who can afford to even just pay $100 for your lunch. We are saying, my friend, it means your business is thriving. It means you are doing something. Okay. So 2023, 2024, our D's. We want to network. We want to have conversations. We want to find out what they are doing and how the award has made them to really thrive in the marketplace. There are places I go to when they hear the awards I've received, they sit up to listen to me. Some people, they don't even know what to do with it. And so we want to propel. So we want you to change your set of rules. There are rules that you have that are ruling your life, that are ruling your life. And I think yesterday we are sold out with the seats that we prepared. We were sold out because we want a small, clean group that we want, to take next year. We want people who are deserving. We want people who have got an open mind to change. We want people who have an open mind to understand partnerships and how to bring in partnerships, how to network in those different areas of their lives. Those are people that we want. So if you are listening to me and you didn't get to get a seat and book for your seat, I don't know, because we were sold out and then we added extra 5 seats. I don't know if they are already taken. Please quickly run to the team and check if you still they still those are people. So there's nothing like, oh, sorry, I couldn't attend the dinner because this, my friend. This is the selection process. We have already started. People are showing up, are people we are going to consider, are people we are going to start working with. That is the way we are going to be processing things. Mindset change is a requirement in your life. You need to ensure that you critically look at things that are slowing you down. You need to critically look at things that are making you not to overcome certain situations, certain things in your life. Begin to pay attention, microscopically going into each department of your life and begin to how do I react when I see such and such a person? So for me, who watches over different, people that come into my life, the way I process my thoughts when they behave a certain way. Okay. For example, if they don't show gratitude to what happened in their lives, the way I process in my mind, it is not what have they thought about me? Why have they done this to me? No, I do not actually begin to think about what is wrong with me. I simply feel sorry for them because I realize the value and the worth that I carry. So you need to begin placing value on your life so that you don't get yourself drained into thinking, she is thinking I'm this. The assumption is a killer. He is thinking I'm this. No, the fact that somebody hasn't said it, I don't own their mind. I'm not even a mind reader. And because yes, I may be prophetic, but I'm not, even if I'm prophetic, I am not going to be looking for what the person is thinking about me. That is too much of a waste of time and energy. It is the value that I have placed over my life. And because I have placed so much value over my life and I keep on improving, I know that in the set of rules of my mind, I know that I'm a worth, I'm a woman with so much worth to relate with. If you get into my place, what you get is value. That is how I begin to work on me. That is the key focus filter in my mind, that I want to look at how best can I contribute in your life. So that person who disconnects, the person who doesn't treat me well, it is their own loss. It is their own loss. And because that is how I have processed my mind, I never get to start thinking of, oh, she thinks I'm this. Oh, he thinks, listen to me. The world is too big. The platform is too big. And so if you cannot be appreciated in the environment where you are, why not? Okay, why not up the game? Do you know that internationally people are looking for you? Do you know that as a Zambian, as a South African, as a Namibian, as a Malawian, all you people that sit under my mentorship, do you know that exchange, knowledge exchange, you are more valuable, some of you, more than in your local space? More than in your local space. Next week, I'm going to Namibia. I am speaking to legal practitioners. First, how did I find myself on that platform, on that space? Listen, it is a mindset change. When I went to Namibia and I was given an opportunity to speak, I spoke from my authenticity. I spoke with my uniqueness, adding value to my uniqueness, ensuring that I've developed my uniqueness, which are things that we talk about when it comes to mindset change. You have to ensure that you position this uniqueness and you begin to build on it. Build on that uniqueness. So develop this uniqueness. Begin to work on it because you want to excel in the second half of the year. When you have developed this uniqueness, of course, you could have identified it already, you could have gotten it. That is why I've jumped certain stages. I'm just talking about how you will need to start expanding yourself and focusing on things that are developmental. When you will know that you have developed, you need to have an understanding of who will love what you have. Start building yourself. Start understanding which people love what I carry. You have, because sometimes you may be wasting energy, you may be wasting time with people that actually are not your market niche. Like I gave an example. When I got, it was actually a seed, when I was blessed with iPhone 15 Pro Max, okay? For me, when I went to the cover, immediately I wanted to read was storage. For me, it was storage first. And I discovered it was 1 terabyte. I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. The next thing I checked, the earpods were amazing. Just earpods were costing 6,000 rands. Okay, 6,000 rand, which is like 7,500, kwacha. When I looked at that, because I'm a communicator and sometimes I could be communicating whilst I'm driving. And, it's where when you plug them in, they do not pick the noises around. And there's this comfort when you put in the ear, the way they've made the knob, the way they've made it's really soothing and doesn't irritate the eardrum. Those are things that I was looking at. Now, listen, when somebody, sees that iPhone Pro Max, is like, why spend so much money on it? Because when they were making that iPhone 15 Pro Max with 1 terabyte, they knew the type of customers. Okay. They knew the type of customers. That is why sometimes you may be selling your iPhone Pro Max information to people that all they are looking for is itel phone, or what are these other phones, techno, just for talking. So you are with the wrong people. And therefore, when you are changing your mind, you will know even your customers. You will get to understand the people that value what you carry. Being a leader for so many years, I have also learned some people simply give them the sitting room part of your life. Sitting room part of your life. Welcome them, be sociable to them, offer them a cup of tea. Some people that you are mentoring, depending on what they really want, if they are really there and they know you are the mentor they have found and they are there to anchor, they are there to support, you can enter with them in the kitchen. And some people walk with them up to the kitchen. And when you walk with them up to the kitchen, you begin to show them, these are eggs, this is sugar, this is vanilla, this, you begin to show them, this is butter. This is how you start mixing to make the scones you were eating in the sitting room. Okay, how I made the scones you were eating, this is how I mixed, this is what you require, and you begin to show them formulas. Oh, you're wondering, are you here with me? The Bible says in Psalm 103, Psalm 103 verse 7, it says God made known his ways to Moses and his acts to the children of Israel. God made known his ways, his formulas to Moses, and his activities to the children of Israel, because the children of Israel were full of complaints. When they reached the Red Sea, they were complaining. Moses had to think of the formula. Moses had to think of what to do. And so he was a leader. There are people, in order for you to really raise your standards and change your mindset, you need to understand even what to offer people. There are people you need to show formulas, because they are Moseses of this world. They have people that that they are looking after, people that they are mentoring. They are leaders, and those are people that I thrive with. People with leadership acumen, people who want to grow in their leadership. Those are people I feel connected to. People are looking for acts and how I can perform this act and how I can do this and how can they can clap for me. I do this, they're clapping for me. I don't really thrive so much, because those are children of Israel who are simply looking for activities, what they can get out of you, little information. Like I tell people, that, oh, doc, I saw somebody teaching the things that your materials, exactly your materials and everything. I said, oh, too late, because we've raised the bar. We have raised the bar. Them, they have stolen self-discovery. Them, they have stolen, career enhancement, and they are teaching, and they have stolen information. We are dealing with universities at a higher level. This time, we are not dealing with them, to go and beg for them to pay. No, it is sponsored projects. Sponsored projects by the government of the UK, sponsored projects by British Council, sponsored different sponsors. So they are dealing with, small, if in our language you would say carpenter. They are dealing with carpenter. We've moved to brim. So in life, change of mindset. Don't remain at the same level. You will need to keep upgrading, innovate your mind. Change your thought process. Change how you process your thoughts. Don't be an imposter syndrome. Don't always just copy paste what people are doing, going on social media, stealing information and whatever. No, there is uniqueness within you. That uniqueness is what the world is looking for. Because many of you think like what is already developed, what is already there is what is beautiful. No, it is what you carry. It is the authentic you. It is the value. Like I was saying, when I'm going to Namibia, I'm simply talking about this pastor's kid. I'm talking about this girl, how she grew up. I'm simply giving them just examples of who I am as a frustrated pastor's kid, and seeing how the church is duped and retrogressive belief systems in the church, and how you need to position yourself now to ensure that you grab on kingdom business. And what are you supposed to do unapologetically? Those are only things that I can talk about. That is me. That is me. And that is why when I am mentoring, I begin to show people in the kitchen how to formulate. How can you become an international speaker? How can you be a sought after? My toiletry bag is packed. I don't unpack it because the trips are back to back. The moment I come from Namibia, I just land on Tuesday. I'll be out over the weekend to Nigeria. Some of you have seen the lineup. High profile men of God, bishops, apostles, Bishop Apostle Arome, people, Papa Victor Cheblam, all these powerful men of God. That is the same platform I'll be going to. Other than that, the moment I just come back again, I'll be getting into South Africa. We are hosting Real Woman Summit, and we are beginning with a dinner on Friday. It'll be something that will change people's lives. What am I saying in conclusion? It is important for you to change your mindset. Begin to work on components that are causing non growth. Before I show you the bedroom part of my life, you've got to show that you are looking for it. You've got to show that you need it. Change how you view the world. Begin to work from your inside. Nothing is in the world. Nobody has said anything. Nobody has hurt you. Nobody has done anything to you. You are angry because of the meaning you attach to what they said. You are upset because of the meaning you gave to what they did. They did not do anything. So deliver yourself. You've got few years. The dash of your life is just few years. You can't afford to donate your heart to things and get hurt for things you have no control over. So I would like to see most of you tomorrow for dinner. We are preparing our dresses to look good tomorrow. Do have an amazing Thursday. Shalom, shalom.